Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to the kitchen. Glad to have you along with me on a beautiful Wednesday evening. We're going to make a terrific pasta dish. You're going to love this dish. It is not real heavy, and it's chock full of flavor because we're going to be using some great asparagus, some crispy prosciutto. Hello, Gidra. Nice to see you, and looking forward to seeing you on Thanksgiving. And by the way, tonight, the nice thing is we've cooled off here in the desert. We've been down in the 80s, so it is once again bourbon season, which I'm delighted about. Mm-hmm. So we've got good bourbon going. And it's, by the way, what I'm drinking is called Peerless. And a friend of mine, hey, Bill said so. A friend of mine, Monica Ambos, brought me back that from a recent trip to Kentucky. Thank you. That is fantastic stuff. All right, so what you need with this, hello, Molly. You're going to need some prosciutto, and I got some good Italian prosciutto. Hello, Amelia. And I crisped it up, and we're going to crunch that into our pasta. I'm using my favorite pasta that I'm using the bucatini pasta. I just like the noodle. It's my favorite. It holds up nicely. It's it's always nice and firm and al dente. I'm going to take it off the water now. I've got some fresh mozzarella, but I've also got smoked mozzarella, and I've already cubed that up. Hello, Mike. Good to see you from Roanoke. Yes, I know exactly where you're from, Mike. I've only known you for 30 years. All right, there we go. Now the asparagus, unfortunately, I think I didn't quite get it out of the boiling water in time, so it's a little overdone for my taste. But what I did is I just boiled it real quickly, took it out, tried to blanch it in some ice water, and I just don't think I got it in time. But we're going to suffer through. I've got my pasta on, and I'm heating some olive oil. And the pasta is just about done. I'm going to drain this, and we'll do that. And we'll proceed to make the rest of our sauce. Hello, Leon. Hey, Leon, you're moving back. Where are you headed to? Scottsdale, Arizona, Phoenix, somewhere in there? My buddy Leon, who I used to see at Tony's Pasta Mia all the time. Let me just quickly drain the pasta. All right, now our pasta's ready to go. Hi, Scott. Hello, Art. Art Vasquez of Persimmon Bistro. All right, so now what we're going to do, this is really simple. It's going to happen pretty quick. So I did just, like I said, I got a bunch of asparagus. I blanched it, and then I threw it in some cold water, and then I chopped it up. And, oh, I got you, Mike. I got you. Yeah, I saw your post about the golf at the park, the disc golf. Sorry, we got that. I got some nice olive oil over here. I need a little garlic. So I chopped up some garlic. I got that going. A little salt and pepper. I got my crispy prosciutto. I just pop this in the oven under the broiler and crisp it up and then break it up. Gilbert, Arizona. That's it, Leon. Well, welcome back to the desert. Not our desert, but a desert. Hey, Art, I'm drinking Peerless. A buddy of mine brought it back from Kentucky. It's a single barrel, and it's really delicious. Hello, Karen. Nice to see you. All right, so what we're going to do, we're going to start by just sauteing, giving a quick saute to our asparagus. Pop that in, our olive oil. Get that coated with some nice olive oil. I reserved about a cup of the pasta sauce, pasta water, to add to our sauce. So we're going to saute that in good extra virgin olive oil. It's already been blanched, so it's nice and tender. I'm going to add a little salt and pepper. Like that, a little pepper. So, you use your EVOO. There we go, we got that. I'm just going to get that tossed in like that. Bring up the heat a little bit. I'm going to, a jelly bean, I don't even know what that is. You're going to have to tell me about that. All right, let me bring it down to where you guys can see what's going on here on the stove. All right, so there is our asparagus. Now, what I like about this, of course, you've got the nice tang of the fresh asparagus. We're going to have the wonderful saltiness of our prosciutto, and the smoky goodness of smoked mozzarella. It's my favorite. I love cooking with ricotta, and I love smoked mozzarella. So we're going to be cooking with that. All right, now I want to add in my garlic to go in along with. And I diced up about 3, maybe 4 cloves of garlic. 3, probably closer to 3. All right. So now we're just going to stir this in and let the garlic cook a little bit, get a little aromatic. This is a really light, easy sauce. I was going to do something like a butternut squash or a pumpkin something or another, because we're so close to Halloween, it's the fall, but I saw this recipe and I love the crispy prosciutto. Hello, Roland. My father-in-law and mother-in-law Dana are watching. Hope you guys are doing well. Nick Leach, my old friend Nick Leach, dear friend from Roanoke, Virginia. Hello, Steve. Steve Gary's watching. All right, so we're going to stir that in. And I'm just going to let that get a little aromatic. Now, hello, Ryan. Ryan Whitlow's watching. I've got that at a pretty, it's just kind of simmering along. It's cooking that garlic a little bit. Stir that around. We want that nice, robust garlic flavor throughout. What I like about this dish, and I think you will like it when you try it at home, the balance of the different flavors. Hello, Meg Bang. All right, let's put our crispy prosciutto in there. Oh, I want to get all of that goodness out of there. I don't want to leave it behind. I've seen this dish done without crisping prosciutto. I highly recommend that you crisp the prosciutto. You can put it in, cut it into strips, and saute it with the asparagus and the garlic. But I prefer it this way. And I think once you try it, you can try it both ways. I think you will prefer it this way as well. And I've got just a package of prosciutto that I crisped up in the oven. What you do is you throw it under the broiler for just a couple of minutes. It'll crisp up beautifully. And then it'll break up as we're cooking. And so you're going to get this wonderful salty prosciutto flavor in there. All right, I'm going to let that simmer for just a little bit. Bring you guys on over here. Hello, Jan. Jan, you're in Sedona for a little vacation. Brenda Levin's watching. Nice to see you. So, all right, that's sauteing. Steve Gary says, he heard a rumor that Chef Freddy stole my meatball. That is not true. Chef Freddy and I share recipes. I stole one of his a couple of weeks ago. Chef Freddy would never do that. We share recipes. He did one, we have Chef Freddy on Eye on the Desert once a week every Tuesday. Paula's watching. Hello, Paula. And Chef Freddy and I, we go back and forth. We steal recipes because, he's fantastic. So cheers, Chef Freddy down at Fantasy Springs. All right. We got our pasta already done. And what we're going to do, I'm just waiting for the garlic to cook down a little bit. I'm going to add the pasta right back in. I'm going to add a little bit of that pasta water to give us more of a sauce. And then at the very end, we're going to toss in the diced smoked mozzarella and also the diced mozzarella. So you're going to have that, I like a little balance, because the smoked mozzarella is not going to melt as nicely as the regular mozzarella. So it's going to be a little firmer. So you're going to have the kind of those chunks of mozzarella in there. It's really going to be delicious. All right, let's get back over here and finish our pasta. Okay, there. So you got the pan there going. Marianne, nice to see you. All right, I'm going to bring my pasta water over here. I'm going to need that. Bring it back down here. And I've got my bucatini. Put that right in there. Now, this is where you're going to use a little of your pasta water, okay? Just a little bit, like that. Ooh. And now, I want to stir all that in. Let it simmer. Let the pasta get some of that flavor. Oh, yeah, there we go. That is nice. Get that all mixed up. I want that prosciutto mixed in there really well. Get the pasta basically coated with all of those great flavors. You'll finish this with a little freshly grated Parmesan cheese just to top it off. All right, now I'm going to let that heat up just like that. I'm going to put a little more, just a little touch of salt and a little touch of pepper. Hello, Lori Schwartz. How are you? Teach Brett. I don't think we can teach Brett. Just if Mary's not around, he counts on you feeding him. That's the story I get. And one of the things, speaking of stealing things from Chef Freddy, one of the things I like to do with this one, before we're done, put in a little butter on top. Melt that in. All right, like that. So you can see, hello, Rob Wolf. You can see the prosciutto in there. And of course, I'm just going to melt that little bit of butter, tablespoon, maybe 2, into that pasta, just to give it a little extra creaminess. Get that all nicely coated, like that. All right. So, once again, a little asparagus, a little garlic, a package of prosciutto that you crisp up in the oven. There's nothing better than crispy prosciutto. And it will really, it'll make this pasta just jump off the plate. It's so good. You saute. First, you blanch your asparagus, then you saute it in a little olive oil, add your garlic, then you add your prosciutto. And at the very end, we're going to add in our mozzarella cheese. And kind of gauge it. If you want to add a little more of the pasta, I don't think I do. I think we've got enough liquid in the pan. It needs some bourbon. You know, we're going to do something cooking with bourbon. I always like to do a dish when we get around the holidays that involves a little bourbon involved in it. So we'll do that. And Mike, if you have a good dish that involves bourbon, since you're such a connoisseur of the whiskeys, let me know. Send it to me. All right, so we got that going. Now, we've got our 2 different types. I got the smoked mozzarella and the unsmoked mozzarella. I want to bring my heat down a little bit. Just going to toss that in like that. Oh, cheesy mozzarella goodness coming in. All right, now we're going to stir that into the pasta while it's still on the heat for a little bit. Break up those chunks. Oops, lost one. Get back in there, boys. Okay. Oh, yeah. Now we got something going on here, kids. Some of that mozzarella is going to melt up nicely, help to coat our noodles. Some of it's going to remain a little firmer in there. And what I'm going to do is just cover it, only for a couple of minutes. Hello, Bobby. Bobby Bonnell's watching. So while I'm letting that just finish up, bring you guys back over here. Hunter Wiley is watching too. It's so nice to be back cooking when the temperatures have cooled off. It feels so good out there. So I want to thank everybody for joining me. I'm going to pull the finished product in just a second. I'll remind you that you can find these recipes on YouTube. I try to be pretty regular with that. I will post the full recipe right here on Facebook, and then I'll download the video and I'll put it on my YouTube channel, which is Patrick Evans in the Kitchen, so you can check that out. Hello, Randy. Nice to see you. And once again, I want to thank my friend Monica for bringing back this bottle of Peerless. This is a single barrel Peerless that was made especially for the farmer's market. So this is a really incredible sipping bourbon. I love it. Zoe, thanks for tuning in. Rob, hope you're doing well. All right, let's pull our pasta. Oh, look at this. I gotta bring you down here to see this. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? All right, we're gonna put that right in here. Just like that. Oh, smoky mozzarella goodness. Asparagus and prosciutto. Stir that in. You see how that prosciutto just melted up so beautifully? Look at that. Now, oh, it smells so good. That smoky smell. Oh, I love it. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna finish it up with a little fresh Parmesan like that. There you go. That, ladies and gentlemen, is our pasta with asparagus and crispy prosciutto and smoked mozzarella. So Randy says she doesn't like the asparagus. And the nice thing is, if you're a vegetarian, you can leave out the prosciutto and you'll still have a great dish. Yeah, the boys are waiting for dinner even though they've had their dinner. So I'm going to stir that one more time. We're going to serve it up. I want to thank you guys once again for joining me here in the kitchen. And, I also want to tell you about the apron I'm wearing. Give Blood, got this, and you can go to lstream.org to make your blood donation appointment. I want you to do that if you're here in the desert and you're eligible to give blood. And on the 12th, they're having a big gala, and you can find out more about it. Taylor Dane's going to be performing, and I'm going to be the MC. So you want to turn out for that. lstream.org live stream. Give the gift of life, roll up your sleeve, and do that if you are eligible to do so, and you'll be saving lives. Remember, we have a huge shortage, especially this time of year around the holidays, so really want to encourage you to do that. And then if you can, come and join us for Taylor Dane. It's going to be a great evening of entertainment. There's going to be a live auction. We're going to auction off a Fulvio's dinner, so I hope that you can join us for that. Thank you so much for being here in the kitchen with me, and we'll look forward to doing something fun again next week. Have a great rest of your week and a great weekend.